most recently just at the last AmeriCup, so you don't even have to go back very far to see this matchup between these two teams. Puerto Rico won that one. It was a close one, 70-64.
But then last night, didn't really have the effort that they needed against Colombia, dropping that one by 11.
Yeah, I was so impressed with them in their win. Mexico a little extra hungry.
Yeah, a little hungrier this time around. Venezuela and Hollingshed jump to start things off. Mexico basketball, they're in the white uniforms going from left to right on your screen. Earlier, they were able to defeat Colombia by 3 points, lost to Team USA, 1-1 record. As Trinity San Antonio, first turnover for Mexico. Puerto Rico was able to force 15 of those in the game against Team USA just last night. Anissa Jeffries comes up with the steal and the lay.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to start with putting more pressure on, but Anissa Jeffries averaging 9 rebounds in those first 2 games, so she's going to put in some points, averaging just over 14, but man, she's good on defense as well.
Here's Guirantes, leading scorer for Puerto Rico. Defense has her on the scout. They were all over her. Heel now with the steal and the lay. So 4 transition points.
8 points in transition, and I mean already 4 tonight, so well on their way to their tournament average.
Guirantes averaging 15 points per game, gets her first jumper to fall.
I mean, getting her teammates involved too, so give her a bucket and an assist.
Yeah, that was a Hollingshed 3 on that last replay. She came into this game only shooting 25% from 3. Must feel good to see that go down. Same spot, same result for Guirantes. Guirantes, watched by Heel. San Antonio with the up fake on Ramos and attacking the rim. Nice move. Never put it down, scooping it to the hoop. Trinity San Antonio, good pace to her game. Hollingshed steps into a 3, banks it off the window.
My favorite type of 3, a transition 3. Just keep your hands up. You're outnumbering her. No need to foul on that one.
Scale checks into the game, number 5. And White trying to stay in front of San Antonio, who drives right to the basket. Guirantes will clear. Guirantes, quick pull, indeed. Morano's 0-2. Let's see if they respond here. 8 to shoot on the shot clock. Ramos sweeping through. Pulls from the nail. That's a good sign out of the timeout. Esquer. Laura. Esquer for 3. Indeed. 5 straight points now for Mexico. Energy in this basketball game. After being down big time to start the first quarter. That 3 off the mark. Rosado pushes ahead. Guirantes from the midi. And there's really not much Mexico has done to prevent her from getting going. Ramos for 3. Rosado with the rebound. Melendez out on the break. That's Puerto Rican basketball at its finest. Gonzalez in the lane, can't get that to fall. Melendez with the rebound. Rosado pushing again. It's Guirantes. She's going to stop and pop for 3. Indeed!
What an incredible quarter. Some fresh legs will help out in stopping what an incredible run she's having.
Yeah, Ramos finally responding. That zone. Rosado. This side, Melendez. It's a 3.
We'll have to watch back a few more times as they prep for their final game.
Ramos was fouled by Melendez. Hollingshed has 2 threes in the game thus far, now working with her back to the basket. 5 to shoot. Pagan for 3. Puerto Rico is red hot right now from everywhere.
And everyone.
Gonzalez. Martinez swings it this side. Ramos inside. Valenzuela. Nice seal. That's better offense that time for Mexico.
The more she's present inside, the more it'll open up for the guards on the perimeter.
San Antonio at the nail. Good up fake. Rejected by Ramos. A great recovery.
Up in her grill to make it a little more difficult, and I think she changed the projection of that shot just a tiny bit by her presence.
Nice pass there by Valenzuela. The little shovel. Pass is coming with a lot more juice now for Mexico. Ramirez with a nice move on the baseline to free herself for 2. And that's going to lead to a timeout for Puerto Rico. Oh, this Ramirez bucket. Guirantes, good up fake. Guirantes. Oh, what a rejection by Ramos, excuse me.
And that's her second of the night.
And on the other end, stops and pops. That's a difficult shot. Here's the block again. Ramos, give me that. Physicality, intensity picking up now. Guirantes from her office. Indeed.
She is unstoppable today.
There's Jaquez. She'll tee up a three in front of Bree Jones. Can't get it to go. Heel with the offensive rebound. Jaquez down the lane. Great find by Heel.
You know, they always say for a shooter, it's a sigh of relief when you finally see it go through the net.
Guirantes at the nail, being hounded by Heel. Puts it up and in.
What more can you ask for?
Basketball game starting to ratchet up. And you said Heel did everything she could to stop that bucket from going down.
She is absolutely on fire in this first half.
Valenzuela wants it down low, going to work on Melendez, trying to carve out some space with her shoulder, and did. Jaquez working on Jones, spins, tough layup opportunity, can't get it to go. She's smiling because she thought she was fouled. Jones was stripped by Heel. Jaquez, who was late to get up, gets an easy two.
Not what she had planned, but she'll take it.
And sometimes you just have to shake the offensive player's hands and say, good job. But she came up with that strip to find Jaquez, and that led to a timeout for that man right there, Jerry Batista. Pass to Guirantes to try and start this break. Guirantes from her spot, indeed. Can someone step up?
She's so good.
She is really good. Those screens have allowed her to walk into her shot pretty easily. Ramirez blowing by Rosado that time. Hollingshed, deep post position. Hollingshed, sky hook, no. Hollingshed once again with the sky hook. This time is good. Guirantes going right to the rim, lost control of the basketball. She'll get it back in front of her bench and tee up a three. And knock it down!
What an incredible performance.
With 5 to shoot. Ramirez, one-legged jump shot, not there, gets her own. Ramirez working on Hollingshed. They give it up. Rosado has it with the shot clock turned off. She'll pull up at the top of the key and drop it.
Guirantes just so hot from everywhere on the court right now, and nothing is being able to stop her. 22.
Valenzuela, pump faking. Rejected by Melendez. Now she has it on the block. Draws 2. Swing. Jones for 3. Indeed.
Brianna Jones, that's her first field goal.
This far into the third quarter, that's great defense. Now they just got to figure out this side of the floor.
Now it's Puerto Rico, who faked the zone before. This time they're in the zone. Mexico
to make a comeback here.
Yeah, it starts with a good defensive.
On the float.
I wanted them to get the stop there.
Loader not there for Martinez, but got her own. Valenzuela alone for 3. Indeed. Off day on the 3rd before the knockout stage. Puerto Rico set to play Chile tomorrow as Guirantes attacks the rim and lays it in.
Yeah, she's one of the toughest players. I know she's not the biggest, but she's one of the toughest players that Puerto Rico's got. So hopefully we see her back out.
A lot of heart. Meanwhile, Valenzuela inside, that's swallowed up by Hollingshed.
Kind of showing a zone, but still they're in a zone, but they're in a man-to-man. And so it's really tricky for offense to figure out what type of play to run, because you set such different screens on a zone than you do on a man-to-man. And so it's tricky for them to figure out even how to get set when they're not running just transition offense like they are right now with Gabriela Jaquez. And that's one way to figure it out.
Gabriela Jaquez saw the ball go through the hoop once, and now she's seeing doubles. Gets that out to 7 points, but only shooting 30% from the field.
Yeah, she gets the stop there. Offense leads to defense, and hopefully another offense for her. She pulls up.
Yeah, she's gonna try it again and drill it, Kelsey. You know how that feels when you get 2 in a row. You start feeling yourself. And Jaquez again colliding, and Jaquez smiling, thinking that Jones took a liberty there. But Benitez for 3 at the horn.
He can come out with this type of energy and this type of enthusiasm until Gabby Jaquez drives north-south. But because defense didn't have to shift at all, defense is standing there waiting for her when she gets there.
Laura knocks it down as the horn expires.
This angle, but right after it goes in, a big smile on her face. We might be able to see from this angle. She just seems like one of those teammates.
Our truck saying, Kelsey, you're alive. Pagan from the mid-range, indeed.
But Puerto Rico now has the chance to continue looking to score after scoring just 10 points in that last quarter, 2 today.
This side to Benitez, Pagan inside. Watched by Laura. Draws 2 and then turns it over. Hawkins running the floor hard. Counted and the foul.
And, you know, Carlin, it all started on the defensive end. And she won't get credit for this.
Monia here has a shot at being in the driver's seat to lock in the second spot behind Team USA. Rosado for 3, indeed.
For her team, but Mexico has to have a sense of urgency, whether or not you think.
Here's Hollingshed. Finds Pagan. 3 to shoot. Ramirez tosses it up as the shot clock expires and gets it to drop. San Antonio, who we haven't seen in a little while, now back on the floor. Solis gets her first touch and gets it to drop.
Well, that's a way to enter the game.
Restores the 20-point advantage. Nice pass inside to Laura, and that's better zone offense out of Mexico. Ramos, Ramirez, and Vidaldez, and that's a bank shot there by Ramos from 3.
On the defensive end, as you see a little bit late in their rotation there, gave a wide open look.
Mexico showing life now. Ramirez attacking.
Banked that one in, and then Ramirez again against 3, but caught them sleeping a little bit. And hey, the backboard is Mexico's best friend right now.
Hollingshed, and once again, Puerto Rico beats the zone. Press. Guirantes inside on the offensive rebound. Counted and the foul.
She had such an incredible first half. She was quiet, a little bit quiet for her in the third quarter. And man, she is coming back alive.
Valenzuela top of the key. Ramos. San Antonio comes up with the theft. 3-on-1 for Puerto Rico. Pagan missed it. Gigantes has her back. Rosado to the corner. Gigantes for 3. In and out. And Ramirez will pick it up. Hawkins attacking. Floats it. Got it to go off window. In this one, it's Jeffries crossing over in the lane. Great footwork that time by Jeffries to put in 2.
She's so impressive, and you know, she played less than 10 minutes in this game, but makes an impact nonetheless.
Rosado will just dribble it out. And Puerto Rico get back in the win column.